Welcome to Slow News Day with Kevin Clark. I'm Kevin Clark.
Woo! Yeah. Kev, is that a turtleneck?
No, it's not a turtleneck. I think I'm just jacked.
That's not it.
Well, like what size TV do you have?
Here it's a little smaller. It's probably like 40, something like that. Back in Los Angeles, you're looking at 55, 60.
Oh, I was about to say, are you living in a Bolshevik gulag?
Van Lathan of The Ringer, the Higher Learning Pod. What's going on, buddy?
What's up? How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. Who would perform at your inauguration if you were president?
Ooh, good question. The Hot Boys, probably. Probably the Hot Boys or the No Limit Soldiers. Shout out to Master P. I bring them all, and they do make them say,
I want to show you this Aaron Rodgers smirk here. If you're playing against Aaron Rodgers here, do you just give up when you see this smile, Van?
Probably.
Playing against Aaron Rodgers must, and I know this sounds simplistic and it doesn't sound like next level analysis, playing against Aaron Rodgers sucks.
First of all, I've experienced this before. Like, sometimes you're playing pickup basketball, and then a D1 basketball player walks in there, and everybody's playing super hard, and he's just nonchalant. Like, he's jellying and doing shit with his left hand. And like, what you really want to say is like, could you please be more serious? Because I'm trying my hardest. And that's the thing with Aaron Rodgers. And when he gets in that mode, that's like almost like his Super Saiyan.
All right, I want to talk about Deshaun Watson for a second, because the Houston Texans, I think we can all agree, we can bleep this out, the Houston Texans are f***ing up. So essentially, yesterday, Chris Mortensen comes out and says, Deshaun Watson's not going to play for the team again unless Cal McNair, the owner, fires Cal McNair, the owner. They essentially had the golden goose, which is the franchise quarterback who can make anything in the organization better. It's what probably 28 teams would dream for, and they're going to screw it up.
This is done. This is over.
It's over.
This is finished. The best that they can do now is figure out how they're going to move him and somehow salvage this in order to rebuild their franchise and become a franchise that drafted DeAndre Hopkins, Deshaun Watson, J.J. Watt, like all of these guys, and in no way have seen any real success from it. What I'm more interested in is where Deshaun Watson is going to want to go. That's going to significantly alter the landscape of the entire league with a quarterback with that skill set, being able to move teams and go out there and right away put a franchise into contention.
In theory, in a league where Jamal Adams and Jalen Ramsey were worth 2 first-round picks, the negotiation for Deshaun Watson, in theory, would start at like 5 first-round picks, right? But it's not a true auction because of that no trade clause. So he can just be like, I'm not going to the Jets. If the Jets like, we'll give you 6 first-round picks or 4 plus 2 pick swaps or whatever it was, Deshaun Watson would be like, no. He has the power here.
It's an NBA situation, which makes it, what does he want out of football? Does he want to go win a bunch of championships? Or does he want to go someplace where he can let his hair down a little bit and go to a big glitzy place and be, the face of a historically big franchise or a franchise where he's going to get all the media darling shit. So it's such a fascinating situation, And I'll say something else. I know people always say I inject this into everything, but I'm going to inject it into this situation right now. Like, that's a black quarterback that's the face of their franchise, right? For us who are hypersensitive about that, and I'll cop to the fact that I am, it makes you wonder why they're not treating him like an elite face of the franchise quarterback. Is there something more to that? And does he feel that coming from them as well? It's interesting to me.
To kind of stay on that, the coaching carousel is happening right now. Mm-hmm. At this point, we're recording on Monday afternoon. Black coaches have been shut out. When you look at just the overall state of play with minority coaches in the NFL, you think what?
Of course, it's bothersome, right? But it bothers me more when I see a situation like Cliff Kingsbury. Listen, we can have debates on what the qualifications are, on what success is defined as, but we certainly know what success isn't. So if you're Eric Bieniemy, right? You can look at the Chiefs and you can go, okay, the Chiefs have an offensive genius at head coach. So there are people out there that ask legitimate questions. What's Eric Bieniemy's role in the Chiefs offense? Because Andy Reid is there, right? Normally, an offense like that with Patrick Mahomes, the hotshot OC, is getting jobs everywhere. But there might be something out there where people think, hey, maybe Eric Bieniemy has less to do with the success of that offense than it is Andy Reid. I think that's bullshit, but it's something that you have to talk about, right? Kingsbury, and I'm sure he's a great guy, handsome guy, all of that stuff like that, he failed his way into a head coaching job in the NFL.
That's not hyperbole. He got fired. And then ended up the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals.
Right. He failed his way into a head coaching job. And he got a head coaching job because somebody wanted a Sean McVay-esque character. It doesn't even matter whether it works or whether it doesn't work, because we can't have a situation where a white coach can fail his way into a job and a black coach can't even achieve his way into one. That dynamic cannot exist in order to say that there's any type of equality in terms of the hiring in the league.
It's well said. And I also think that I don't think people understand how much Eric Bieniemy does with the Chiefs. You know, when I was there at the AFC
talk to me about that. Yeah, like make that case. Yeah.
Obviously, it's the offense and play calls and all that stuff. And obviously, Andy Reid is one of the best offensive minds in history of football. But Doug Peterson and Matt Nagy were also under him, and they had vaguely the same responsibilities, and they got head coaching opportunities almost immediately. Last year, when I was at the Titans-Chiefs AFC Championship game, the first thing Andy Reid said was, you know, Eric Bieniemy gave a great speech on Saturday night and before the game. And so he's almost deputized him to be more of a head coach than maybe people anticipate. I just don't understand what's broken in the process here, where I agree with you. Someone from central casting like Cliff Kingsbury gets the role because he gives off a certain vibe.
There's all types of praise for other guys. I'll name another dude. No shots. I'm not taking shots out of nowhere. Just being Lane Kiffin. They are determined for Lane Kiffin to be a successful coach. He hasn't won anything. I can't name one black guy that has had that same career trajectory.
This guy is calling for Tim Tebow to come out of retirement to play for Urban Meyer.
I'll peel the skin off my face. Please, God, don't let it happen. Let's move on, guys. Shout out to Ken Willis from the Daytona Beach News Journal. I'm going to send you a puzzle so you can have something to do with your time.
Any TV recommendations?
Yes. WandaVision, which I'm enjoying. People are split.
Jason Gallagher texted me and he said, I'm so excited for WandaVision.
Kevin, did you watch WandaVision?
No, it's not my thing.
What's not your thing?
Why don't you tell him exactly what you texted me back?
I said, I'll paraphrase. I said, I tend to like things that are not geared for Jason Gallagher's child.
What? I'm Kevin Clark and I'm too cool. I'm too cool.
Just to be clear, that is a pretty accurate impression.
I said, I'm so excited about WandaVision. And he said, very cool. I'm looking forward to shows for adults.
Wow. I would have never thought this about you, Kevin. Your inner child doesn't exist? What's the most childlike thing you do? Like when you want to let your hair down?
I would say I have a massive drinking problem. So that. All right, let's get to Club Kevin. What do we think?
Chad Henne. I've never seen anyone succeed in the face of that much, yo, this motherfucker about to fuck up energy ever than Chad Henne. Boy, and how lit was Tony Romo drunk? Tony Romo was losing it, man. Love him to death.
Absolutely amazing. All right, Chad Henne, you won a playoff game. You might start in the AFC Championship game, and you're in Club Kevin.
Yeah, good. Hey, good for you, Chad.